Hey guys, Max 2015 here, and this is part 2 of episode 13, I believe it is. And it just got really dark and gloomy here in New York. Man, those clouds just really came by. I think it's going to start raining. It rained a little bit this morning. Looks like it's going to start raining again. But anyways, that's not going to stop us from playing. I do have some bad news. I was recording and playing just before for the second part of this, for what would have been this video, and suddenly my computer sort of started recording. I lost all of my footage because it said that my iMac storage capacity was already maxed out, so the recording just kind of got really choppy and I just couldn't save those. It just wouldn't let me save it, so I had to end up scrapping those, and so I lost all the footage. Fortunately, we still have a few replays that I can show you, not all of them. I lost some of them already, but whatever I have I'll show, which is probably maybe four attacks only, but that's not to say that they're not worth looking at. So if you were watching the previous video, episode 13, there was one particular base that was not boosted and the guy was online and I was not able to beat him. So in between the two videos, I did beat him at the beginning, meaning when I started recording the previous video, I did beat him, but I lost that replay already. But so that was unfortunate, but I did take him down. It was an actually easy base. So let's go for this one replay here. So this was a center base with what is it, 4 eye statues? Yeah, 4 eye statues. Masterpieces were boosted. So since I already had heavy Zuka loaded up, I was thinking about switching to RZM, but since I had heavy Zuka, I thought, well, I'll just keep using them up until the point where I start failing, then I'll switch out. So for this center base, I deployed all my troops. I took out some of the buildings in the front, let them gather up. I'll just speed this up a little bit, and then smoke them all the way back there close to that stone storage. As usual, you'll see me throw a reflare right there, gather the troops, and then I go for the vault, I think it was. Yeah, so my plan here was to take out some of those buildings. I'll put some critters also to distract the shock launcher. Once the Zukas would take out the shield generator, I would smoke them back to the HQ. So it was a double smoke technique. I had enough gunboat energy, so right there, once the shield went down, I placed the flare in between the boom cannon and the cannon and gathered the troops right there through 2 more smokes to cover them up. I waited for the smoke to clear up before I would flare to the HQ right there, and then I had enough gunboat energy for 3 shocks. I was originally thinking about throwing 2 shocks and critters, but because I already threw a box of critters and they were kind of expensive, I ended up doing the 3 shocks, which worked out even better. So that base went down very nicely, and I was pretty happy with that one win. So then we'll move on to the next one, Driss's base. And what was this base? Oh, so this base had 2 eye statues, both of them boosted, and it was also a center base. So I decided to do something similar to before. The good thing about this base is that it was located past the middle of the line of the base, so where the middle is where this machine gun would be located. So that base is a little further back, which strategically put it closer to the shield. The shield was in the bushes behind the boom cannon, the flamethrower behind the HQ. So I took some of the buildings in the front. Again, I just beat the smoking part, and then I flared all the way back behind that mortar, and then I was just gonna let the Zukas take out the shield and a couple of the defenses nearby. Oh, right there. 1 speed, maybe double speed will work. Yeah, flare to the mortar, throw some critters to distract, let the Zukas zap everything around, let the heavies protect some of this stuff. I didn't like that this group of heavies down here kind of walked away, so it forced me to flare straight to the HQ. And then I got lucky because you see those 2 or 3 heavies in the bottom there, they kind of walked in front of the Zukas just in time so that those rockets would target them and not kill the Zukas. So it was a bit of a messy attack. It only had 2 boosted eyes, and it only had 2 eyes, so could have done a little bit better, but I'm just glad I was able to beat him on the first try. Now this one base here, I kind of got stuck and I wasn't able to beat him. So again, a central base layout. I thought I could smoke to the back there. He did have 3 boosted eye statues. This one, the first attack, I don't think I did well. I think I just... Yeah, all my Zuka stepped on a patch of mine in the front, so that's why I had to retreat and try it again. So, yeah, this was a pretty bad attack, I think. I'm just gonna go 4 speed because there's a couple of fails. So again, I took out the economy buildings in the back. I smoked them all the way to the corner. Up until this point, I was feeling pretty good. But then the problem here is that once the smoke cleared out, all the heavies were just following the path of these economy buildings in the bottom. So if you look in the top, no one was going for that shield. So it forced me to reflare upwards, but by the time I did that, the rockets, the boom cannons, and everything else had just killed up most of my troops. So that did not work out very well. It did bring the HQ down to, just about a quarter of health, but not enough to take it down. And I don't remember what the other 2 were, but I think they were all similar fails. I think I tried to walk, and this one I tried to walk on the left side instead of the right side. But again, once I got up to the top and the smoke cleared up, all my troops just died. So it didn't work out very well. It was pretty messy. Yeah. So after that, I kind of got so annoyed and so frustrated, I decided to switch out to RZM. I had originally designated this base as an RZM base because I wanted to try to take it out with rifles and Zukas. So I gave that a try, and man, it kind of made me realize how bad I am with this troop. Some of my friends come with a plan. They're just so amazing with RZM and CRZM. So I thought I'd give it a try, but without practice, it's just so hard. So I took down the rocket and the shot launcher from the left side. I smoked the troops up to this point here. But once the smoke cleared up, my troops, again, I'll just put it slow. Look at them. All of them turned their backs towards the defenses and just started going for the economy buildings. And that was just a suicide move right there. At that point, I had no more gunboat energy. And, I kind of gave up. I didn't throw anything else. I just let my troops die on their own there. It was just painful to watch. Yep, that was a pretty bad fail. So right there, just when I decided, you know what, I'm just going to stop. I was still trying to record at this point, and I thought to myself, after 5 fails, I'm not going to keep failing on camera, and stop burning my diamonds. So just when I thought about quitting, I thought, well, it's still a center base layout. Maybe I'll try TGRM. It's my favorite troop combo. It works very well for me. So I gave it a try, and before I show you the video, look at that. I successfully destroyed the base with TGRM, and I only lost 2 medics and 1 grenadier. So virtually I lost no troops in this battle. So I should have just gone with them from the get-go instead of spending, I think it was like 1,000 diamonds and 1,000,000 gold. This one I'm not going to speed up so you guys can watch just because there's so much going on with TGRM. So I deploy my tanks first like I always do. I had to shock the boom cannon in the front right away because when it's boosted, they could have just picked off a couple of my tanks. So I just had to keep it shocked. I threw a smoke in there to protect the tank from that cannon on the left side. And I dumped, I think, 3 artilleries and 2 barrages on the shock blaster behind the HQ to take it out. Once all that stuff went down, I smoked to the corner like I always do. And then I think at this point I decided to put the rifles down. Yes, the rifles are coming in right there. I threw some critters just as my grenadiers were getting closer and closer to that rocket launcher, just in case that boom cannon in the center there was going to target them. So it did target the critters just like I was hoping. And then that bought my rifles enough time for them to get ahead of the troops. So then I smoked at this point to the right side there next to that sawmill, threw a few smokes just to get them covered. Let them regroup. The problem with grenadiers is that if they're very spread out, when they throw the grenades, it's just they won't make enough damage. So they need to throw together. Like they have to bunch up in a ball and throw it together to get enough DPS. So once the smoke cleared, I decided to shock the mortar, rocket launcher, and boom cannon, and then the other boom cannon and the shot launcher. And at this point, I felt pretty good. I had a few rifles standing right there in front of my troops, and I have all my grenadiers just chugging grenades at everything. So I felt pretty good in there. And then I still have a few riflemen right there. You'll see that boom cannon take out a couple of rifles instead of my precious grenadiers. Look at that sucker right there in the front. Just took a big shot. Right after that, now we can speed it up a little bit. We can go 4 speed. Once all the defenses are clear, and it's just a matter of time. You just have to go take off the shield and then move them back to a safe space right down there. Right here, there was only 1 rocket launcher shooting at us, but the 1 rocket launcher, even though it was boosted, wasn't enough damage to offset all the medics that I had remaining. I had enough for 2 more barrages, and I finished up the base. So that base kind of came out really easy after a while. I should have just gone with TGRM from the get-go. But anyhow, I only had those 3 left. There's a couple of NPCs which I'm not gonna bother to show you because just a waste of time. The map is pretty clean. There is this one last base in here. I don't think I want to give it a try. Quite frankly, I'm a bit scared of it. It's my first double shield generator 3 with 6 eye statues. Masterpieces boosted. I sat on it. I stared at it for a while. I don't know how to take it. I don't have a game plan yet. So until I figure it out, I think I'm just gonna wait to refresh it. I only have 682,000 gold. So that's actually not a lot of gold, and I don't want to lose it all. Oh, something just spawned. That's an NPC. I'll take that out offline. But with all the bases that we did take out, you know what? Since I'm here, and what do I have? 1 or 2 NPCs? 1 and 2. You know, I'm going to take them out just because I want those 2 extra victory points to show before I wrap up the video. So I'll just take them off very quickly here. So this is cocky. NPCs are always easy, especially when your troops are boosted. I'll just shock this cluster in here. And when I use TGRM to clear the NPCs, I never use the rifles. Not worth wasting them. So this will go back pretty quickly. Take out those defenses on the side. Flare to the side. I'll just dump some more barrages in the back there just to soften up some of those buildings. I'll throw a shock just because I can. Wait, did I lose all those grenadiers? I have 3 and 2 and 2 boats. Or was that from before? I don't remember. Whatever. Just finish off that HQ. Did I? Did I lose grenadiers in here? Well, I guess I wasn't paying attention. My bad. Man, it's so dark outside. Let me take a sip. Oh, did you guys check out my Central Perk mug? Can't live in New York City without going to Central Perk. Okay, and Block Party will be the last one. We'll just do this very, very quickly. Barrage, tanks, grenadiers, medics, grenadiers. We'll finish that cluster with the artillery, some critters in those boom mines. I know watching NPCs go down is really not exciting, guys. I'm just doing this for the extra victory points and see where that puts us in the leaderboard. So just bear with me. The thing about TGRM is that they're a little bit slow, so you have to be patient when you're watching them. Let's just finish up that HQ. It's going down right there. Good. Alright, so Block Party goes down. Let those buildings blow up. Get 2 fragments. Come on. And we'll also get a little bit of gold, so that'll help. So, okay, now that they're down, we're at 1,231 victory points. And that puts me in... Look at that, 39 in the US. So, not only did we start the day at, what was I, level 55 or 54, something like that. We cracked the top 50, we cracked the top 40 now. So we're very close to the top 30. As you guys can see, I'm hoping to catch up to 2 of my friends here, Darth Brox and Jalex, who are number 10 and 11. They're still way over my victory count, though. They're over 100 victory points ahead of me. But anyways, we're getting there, and we finally got to the top 50, which is very exciting. I just recently came back today to my original task force, Rawdikinem. I'm going to stay here for a little while. So if you guys any of you guys want to drop by, have a chat, talk, maybe just help with the operations, feel free. Anyone can join us, and we do have 3 spots left. And I don't know what they're doing in here. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, they've been doing bottlenecks, so they're not the hardest operations. So if you if you have time to kill and want to drop by, feel free to do so. I'll be here for a few days probably. Oh, the boost on these statues ran out. All right, good thing I noticed, because the second I log off, I went up and raided. Actually, you know what? Looking at this, yeah, I think I lost those grenadiers before. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was just replays, but nonetheless, we're still doing pretty well. We're finally in the top 50 in the US, so the next step will be top 30, top 20, top 10. I like to set my goals as little baby steps rather than saying US top 50 and then the next goal will be US number 1 and then global leaderboard. So we'll take it slow. I'm going to keep playing. We're going to keep pushing. So I hope you guys liked it. I'll see you guys next time. Okay, guys? Bye.